Hi everyone. So I have some pretty sad news. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably already know. But yesterday, Bonnie, unfortunately passed away. I'd been away, sort of like Friday to early yesterday morning for the weekend. It was a surprise weekend away with Tegan, and I still wouldn't change it at all. And when I came to greet them yesterday morning, I opened the side of the shed that they're in all of the time, and only Charlie was there. And Bonnie always came running over to me. So I felt something off when she wasn't there. So I checked the other side of the shed, and she was just lying there. And I couldn't believe it at first, so I just stood there, just trying to see if she was breathing. I didn't even think that she was gone. So I stood there, like, in shock, trying to process it and see what was happening. And it wasn't like until I touched her that I realised that she was completely limp and that she hadn't actually been gone that long. Um, and it was just the biggest shock ever. So Charlie is now on his own. I only have one rabbit. Bonnie had been with me for 4.5 years. She was going to be 5 in October, and for a French lop, their lifespan is between 5 and 7, so technically she was old because the larger breeds don't have as long of a lifespan. But she, like, nothing could have prepared me for this. I haven't spoke on Instagram about what actually happened because the truth is that we don't know. There had been stuff going on behind the scenes. So Bonnie had a couple surgeries fairly recently in the past couple months. She had surgery to grind her teeth down, and then when she was still having effects, she went back in and had them removed. And she recovered from them really, really well. But she'd had a lot of chronic symptoms for years. But despite this, she was always really, really happy. She was always hungry. She had an amazing appetite, and she had a fantastic personality. It was just chaotic and bubbly and gorgeous. And when I noticed her skin was bad, just like last week, I got her an emergency vet's appointment, thinking that it would be about her skin. And he took out the scales and told me that she had lost a quarter of her body weight in like less than a month. So obviously that's a pretty big thing for rabbits, but because she was eating so well, she was so happy, no one was prepared for this. I asked the vets, are you worried about a threat to her life? And he said, no, I'm not at all. She had bloods done, her bloods were all good, so there was obviously something else going on that couldn't be seen in the blood, and I still don't know what that was. There was a few kind of options: old age, a tumour, cancer, things like that, but I don't know, and I'm never gonna know now. But I just wanted to let people on TikTok know, because I know that a lot of people were also really, really fond of her. She's been around on my channel for a long time now. I got her when she was a baby, and I've had to do things this weekend that I've never done before. This morning I went to a pet crematorium and I took her there, and I had to leave her there, and it was like one of the worst things. Me and Bonnie were very, very close. I loved her with all of my heart. She was physically massive, but she did take up a really big space in my heart, and I feel like it's quite empty now. I mean, like, just seeing her had become part of my daily routine, and it's been that way for 4 years and a bit, so it's going to be really strange, like, adjusting to her not being around anymore. Not just for me, but for Charlie. I'm absolutely devastated for him. They were so close and they loved each other so much. Some of you might ask, Charlie is actually doing okay. He's doing better than I am. He, when it first happened and she hadn't really changed much, she was gone, but her physical body hadn't changed much. He was staying with her a lot and he was grooming her a lot, which completely crushed me. But he kind of let me know when he was ready for her to be taken out of the shed, because, you know, he needed space and I didn't want to upset him further, so he was ready for her to go. I was not. But he's okay. He's eating well. He's active. He's got a stuffed bunny toy, which obviously cannot replace Bonnie, but he's been finding a lot of comfort in it. I'm really struggling to accept that she's just not here anymore. Because she died yesterday, but it was a bank holiday, so we couldn't take her to the crematorium. So she was in hers and Charlie's shed for one more night, and because her physical body was still here, I could still cuddle her and stroke her anytime I wanted. It didn't really feel like she was gone, but now she's not here anymore because I had to leave her in that room. And it was like one of the hardest things I've ever done. I don't know, it just feels like there's something missing. And obviously there is, and it's Bonnie. But I just wanted to let you know on TikTok, if you hadn't seen my Instagram, I have a TikTok playlist called Bunnies, and she's in quite a few videos on there if you want to go see her. I also have a rabbit Instagram account called Bonnie and Charlie Buns. If you would like to follow that, we've just hit 1,000 followers. I really struggle to look at that page now, because just knowing that Charlie is on his own now and seeing her is so painful. But I'm going to keep that page as her memories, and I'm going to post loads of videos of her from when she was a baby and the life that she's had up to now. And I'm never ever going to stop talking about her. But thank you so much for all the love and being so understanding. Yeah, she was absolutely amazing, and I miss her so much already. Yeah,